Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Healing with a Majestic Sunset. I am Artess Serena. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little sound clearing. So you may want to turn down your volume for this. I hope you all are well. Yesterday, which was Thursday, I did a Lions Gate portal. So if any of you all are interested, it's just the last reading from yesterday. Not hard to find because I really don't have a lot of readings on my channel, just about maybe 30 videos. But anyway, if you're interested, you can take a look at that reading. It was really good, especially if you consider yourself a star seed or a chosen one, or just someone who been doing a lot of healing and on your healing journey. You might get something out of that reading. But anyway, we're going to start into this reading. I hope you all are well. It's rain. It's about to rain here. It's about to really blow here where I am in Miami. But anyway, let's get started. The first card, after this is I've already pre-shuffled. And so the card here is 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords, and the Man card. So you can be a man. This could be about a man in your energy, or you can just be in your masculine energy at this time. But I see that whatever fears that some of you have been having, it's about time for that, the overthinking and fear of something that may have not even happened yet. Whatever this is, sleepless nights, you might be worrying about your finances, or you might be worried about your finances. The Five of Pentacles here. I just heard have no fear. You know what I mean? Keep it's like keep the faith. And some of you may be worried because you're running out of money. You could be running out of your savings. For some of you, just keep the faith and don't let fear cause you to actually manifest that in your life. Oh my gosh. I guess this is the first card, right? Two of Cups and the Six of Wands. So whatever this is, you can overcome this. Let me see what this is. Okay, yeah. Empress, Queen of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, and Two of Pentacles. So I really believe this is a lot about your finances. It does have the potential to grow. You might be juggling jobs, kind of penny pinching for some of you. You're trying to gain your independence. You're at a point where you are needing to embody the Empress, this Queen of Cups energy, because that's gonna bring you into a place where you're totally independent and self-sufficient, and you won't be juggling your finances so hard. Okay. Okay, but a lot of you are in the energy of being able to overcome this. If this is about love, something was in from your past, the near, past. The past could be, 5 minutes ago. Maybe you wanted to win with someone. This could be a partnership that that was supposed to be seen by the public, something like that. And maybe this person caused you some type of a betrayal. Okay, but if this is your finances, you've been struggling your finances, and you will get some type of an idea, something that you love, some type of you'll get a passionate new idea. You'll have creative freedom in this partnership, whether it's a partnership with the Most High, a partnership, where you come together and open a business with someone or work for a particular company. If this has to do with work, but a lot of you are focusing on on your income right now with all these pinnacles, your physical world, your physical body. Yeah. Nine of Pentacles, King of Swords. If this is about a relationship, there could have been someone who was taking their time. They may not have communicated properly to you or effectively. Maybe you guys spend a lot of time not speaking. Maybe you feel like this person took too long to make something solid between the two of you, to bring a relationship forward. You saw something from a different perspective. You saw why maybe your finances was held up, why it was stagnant, and it could have been that this maybe you had a maybe your heart chakra was a little blocked, and it could have been that this person, people, whether it's a person or just people in general from your past, they they gave you a lot of emotional heartache. You had a lot of emotional baggage, and a lot of times when your heart is kind of too heavy and is blocked, and you have too much, emotional turmoil, a lot of time that will make your finances stagnated because you're not coming from a place of your heart. You might just take a job just to work on that job, just to pay the bills, but you hate it. That will hold up your income as well. So a lot of you are kind of maybe in a miser energy, like you're holding on really tight to what you have left. And you have to make sure that you're not holding on to your finances too tightly, what you have left, because that will hold them up as well. Because it's like showing the universe you don't have faith that you can actually cultivate more, because you guys have the potential to harness whatever it is and bring it in, whatever you're willing, because of this Empress, Queen of Cups energy. So that might be an energy you want to work on embodying. And a lot of you have done a lot of work on yourselves to be in this Empress energy, but it could be something that's new to you, this newfound independent energy. A lot of you want to see it in your finances. That's what I'm feeling. A lot of you would like to see it more in your physical world. You're, you're tired of waiting. Even if this is a relationship or just on your finances, you're tired. You're tired of waiting. You're ready for your ships to come in, And the wait may not be too much longer, especially if you are embodying the Empress energy, because this is a woman getting ready to go in and serve. So usually that it wouldn't be a real long wait for the tides to be, the waves to be just right for her to go in and surf. So you guys are just ready to jump in, I believe. A lot of you are thinking more logically about different relationships, your relationship with money. You're thinking more logically, or maybe you have been thinking more logically in the past. And it's like you need to kind of balance that heart brain. You have a balance between the two. Don't leave, your mind behind, but don't, forget to pour, to be in your heart space as well. There needs to be a balance. Yeah. Four of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. A lot of you may be holding back when it comes down to a partner in love. You're more holding on and focus on your finances. Especially if you've gone through a lot of betrayal in the past. And this is also you wanting to bring whatever dreams that you have, to bring that into fruition. You want to see it in your physical world. I'm sorry about the noise, if you guys. But you want to see it more happen in your physical world. You want to bring your dreams into reality. You tired of penny pinching. You tired of always having to hold on. You ready to overcome that type of energy. That's what I'm seeing and feeling. Another thing I was going to say, some of you might be holding back from a parental figure as well. Someone who didn't show the love. They were kind of more focused on their finances. They were focused on generational wealth that never came. They went from like that, being in that Nine of Pentacles independent energy to having nearly close to nothing. Is because they didn't focus. They didn't focus on love at all. They didn't pour love into whatever situation. They probably just was chasing the bag, and you felt like you was left behind, left out in the cold. You got left trying to figure out your life, trying to learn how to be on your own and independent. It's like you wasn't nurtured. You don't feel like you was shown how to harnessing your finances, how to elevate your finances. Maybe a lot of you feel like you had to get married to have stability. Because this also can be representative of a marriage, and people come in to kind of celebrate y'all. That's what I'm feeling. Maybe some of you feel like you couldn't go to school. Maybe you had a lot of responsibility. You had to be independent early in life. You had to go to work instead of focusing on school for a lot of you. A lot of you couldn't afford to go to school. Yeah, presently you guys are trying to manifest maybe a place to live. Some of you may be manifesting a relationship, but for the most part, I see you manifesting a good relationship in your finances. You having that good relationship with yourself, coming into communion with self, being whole, just all by yourself. So a lot of you are in this present energy of wanting to manifest your own home or better home. Maybe you want to go from an apartment to a house, or a townhouse to a single, family home. I see you guys ready to take action as soon as you get the finances that you need. It's like a lot of you may be saving up for a new place to live, a new place to go on your own. And there's always somebody trying to, it's like someone sees you, they know that you're in this energy of manifesting something different. And it's like this person is hot on your tail. This could also be a spouse, that you're holding back from a little bit. Maybe you're not happy because the relationship was mostly built on finances instead of love. I just heard you did what you had to do at the time. Four wands here again. So this could be someone you're definitely married to. They have a feeling that you're trying to manifest something different. And it's because they're not showing up how they're supposed to show up. They're showing up as a knight. And, the king or the emperor summons, a knight to go, send messages back and forth. But it seemed like this person may be a little bit immature and you had to do most of the nurturing. Even if this is a job in a company, it's like they always fell short. But you had to put in so much effort. You had to be the nurturer. But who was nurturing you back? It was like, iron sharpens iron. But it seemed like these people were just scratching you because they're trying to sharpen iron with a butter knife. So it's almost like you're not getting the energy, even if this is whatever situation this is, you're not getting the energy you're putting out. You're nurturing a situation and you're not getting any nurturing back, which is putting you in the energy of not having enough energy, not having enough time to put in something, to put work in somewhere else so that your finances can grow. But somebody's hot on your tail. They know you the magician. This person has watched you grow. Even if this is a boss at a job, they're watching you grow. If this is a parent, they are watching you grow and they know that soon enough, you're going to have enough money to get out of their home. Whatever situation this is. Yeah, they know this. That's the truth. They know this. They know they fell short in the love department. Yep, they fell short in the love department. They didn't give you enough. You still was in a deficit. They didn't give enough. Whatever this situation is, they know this. They did not show up the way that you showed up. Their energy was nowhere near being equal. So don't feel bad if you feel like you're outgrowing someone that, needs to kind of grow up. Three's a crowd type of energy, even if it's not a person that has other people, love interest. This could be just people are able to interfere, whether it's a job, whether it's family members, because when you're in the energy of being a child, as an adult, other people can interfere. This is somebody that possibly needs someone to tell them what to do. And they may have some mother wounds and you feel like you're performing that role as a mother instead of a wife. That's for somebody. Nine of Wands. Yeah, you're tired. You're at the end. You're tired. This is not enough love. You're drained. You filling everybody's cup is draining you. Yeah, you filling everybody's cup is draining you. Look at that. Now it's time to pour into yourself. Because nobody pour back into you. It's time to pour back into yourself. Get in that energy of self-love. And a lot of you are strategically doing it, and it's going to cause people to feel backstabbed. But I don't think you're doing it in a malicious, backstabbing way. It's almost like you're doing this to save yourself, you know, save yourselves from this untoward generation. That's Bible, right? So I chuckle because I still, when your third eye is open and you read the Bible, you know what's good and you know the foolishness. You don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. You take the meat and spit out the bones. And that's how kind of what I do with that Bible. I eat the meat and I spit out the bones. Self-love, absolutely. Self-love is the best love. Yeah. You guys you probably needed to be balanced, because since you was never nurtured either, just like whoever I'm talking about, whatever situation this is for you, whether it's a job or whatever the situation, however it resonates with you guys, that other thing or that other person wasn't nurtured properly, and neither was you. So it's like you can't make any apologies for wanting better for yourself. We all have to save ourselves, from in that untoward generation. That really means from this evil people, world that's just coming, people that's coming to bring burdens. People that don't mean you any good. You have to learn how to pour into yourself. And that's what's hidden from these other people. You have been pouring into yourself. So they might feel your energy of pulling back from them. You're not pouring as much love in because you don't have anything to give. Whatever you have left to give is for yourself. 22. So, 22-24 is bothering me. I didn't say that too. That might mean something to somebody. But yeah, so you're no longer doing the same thing expecting a different result. You're tired of that. That's wearing you out. Some of you, people might think you're insane because they know they don't mean you any well, but you keep pouring into them. You're not doing that anymore. Somebody is watching you pull back your energy and just pour into yourself. Pour whatever you're doing, a creative project. And that's bringing you in the balance. And that balance is going to help you in your finances. Yeah. Didn't I just say it was hidden from them all? You have been intuitively guided to keep this to yourself, to not tell your left hand what your right hand is doing. You could be keeping something from a spouse. A spouse could be keeping something from you. But I really strongly believe that you are being prompted to kind of leave in peace. Let things, let the chips fall wherever they may lay. Because whoever I'm talking about, they don't have enough to give you. They haven't done any healing work on themselves to be able to meet you where you are. And this is like before you were like nurturing everybody, even when you were in this unhealed energy. That's why you were pouring so much into everybody else. You gave and gave and gave. Now until you had nothing else to give. And now that, whatever you have left to give is for you. It's for you. Yeah. And I think that's what the Most High would like for you to do, is to pour into yourself, because nobody, even for a lot of you, not even your parents, poured into you. So you're being prompted to pour into yourself, to love yourself, to nurture yourself, nurture a project that's just for you. Yeah. Somebody is trying to come up with a way to hold on to you. And at the same time, you're coming up with a way to break yourself free. So don't let someone else's will for you overpower your will for yourself. That's kind of what I'm getting. Because if a person is feeling like they're losing their mommy when you're supposed to be their spouse or their daddy, they feel like they're losing a parent when they're supposed to step up and be a spouse. Of course, they're going to do everything in their power to hold on to you except the right thing, which is healing. Right? You have boundaries set up. So however they come in, whatever strategies they're using, they're not going to overpower your will for yourself. You're not going to let them overpower what you want for you so they can keep being nurtured. They need to grow up. For some of you, this could be some grown children of yours too. If that's for somebody. Yeah, and that's more than fair, justice. That's more than fair that you set boundaries so you can focus on whatever it is that you want to focus on. That's more than fair. That's just. That's the right thing to do. You're focusing on your finances. You're mastering a craft, a gift, so you can, have more finances. Yeah, you ready. You ready for new beginnings. You see all the truth you need to see. All the truth has been exposed with this tower. You see everything and everybody for who they really are. They can't come in a disguise with you. They can't try to show up different just to hold on to you. You already know who they are. I just heard he ain't never gonna change. Ashanti. So these people are stuck in their ways. They don't want to change. They don't want to do the work to heal. So let them stay the same by themselves. The Chariot. Yeah, you want new beginning. Definite new beginning. Balance. Emotionally balanced. One moment, please. All right, I'm back. But you guys want a new beginning. You guys are balanced. You've done enough work on yourself, a lot of healing. You've nurtured people the best to your ability already. And it's just time for you to be in alignment for your new beginning. It's not fair that, you help people get to where they want to be and you don't get what you really desire. Yeah. And whoever this is, this could be a person coming in to give you a gift. It's almost like it's too late. It's too late. Even if they give you a gift, you may not even accept it, but you're not accepting it into your heart. Even if you take it, it's not going to block you from leaving them behind. I just feel like people want to do right now, now that they see your energy is changing, now that they're seeing that you're tired, you're tired of them, you're tired of being everybody's parents and nobody nurtured you either. You're just ready for your equal now. A lot of times, you guys pick partners while you were still, unhealed. And now that you're doing some healing work, now you're realizing why you feel so drained and worn out. And it's not a one's energy. It's because you were nurturing everybody like you was everybody's mom. Right. You're done. They're going to feel betrayed, but you're done having sleepless nights. You done worrying. You done being in fear. You coming to the end of your finances, being at a deficit. You tired of being in need. You might be tired of needy people that's keeping you struggling because they always need, but nobody wants to do the healing work so that, they can kind of bring things in for themselves. Even though a lot of you went through a lot of betrayal, this could have been a betrayal in a marriage. You might feel betrayed by someone didn't show up the way that they were supposed to show up for you. But you still never lost your integrity. A lot of you stayed in something that was very painful because there was a commitment. Yeah, I see you just, it's almost like you're getting the downloads that it's okay for you to move forward. You don't have to stay with someone that you're outgrowing. You don't have to stay in a company that you're outgrowing. You don't have to stay around family members that betrayed you just because they're family. You don't have to be under these rules and structures. You're making your own rules now. Yeah, you're making your own rules now. As long as you're staying in integrity and you're in good standings with the Most High, and you're doing everything that you're doing with good intentions, you're done with being underneath these rules that is hard to keep. Maybe somebody is feeling bad because they really, really betrayed you. And it's like backstabbing you, they backstab themselves. And they could be having some sleepless nights as well. This could be somebody that actually need something to help them go to sleep at night. Yeah, because they're exposed. The Sun to the Nine of Swords. Somebody's really, really worried that you know exactly what they did to betray you. I believe this is something they want to keep a secret, but it's being exposed. You see them for exactly who they are. And this also could be someone who's just not a good communicator. So they cut you off because they can't rise to the occasion. They don't have the intellect. They have the intellect of a child. That's for someone. Yeah, they're having sleepless nights because it's like they're seeing the light and so are you. They seeing you as this star. They're seeing you grow. They see your growth. They see that you're happy without them. They don't need to be around. And these people, they want you to give them back your energy again. But you have other plans. You're making plans in a new direction. because you are going towards the direction that's going to give you equal give and take, not some people that's draining you. And they're draining you to the point that it's affecting your finances. You're tired of needing handouts. You just want everybody to be able to take care of their own responsibilities, so you can just go ahead and take care of yours, because you're not getting back what you deserve. They're not showing up. Yeah, you need. I was just gonna say, you need a king, someone, in this bossed up energy. But the people in your past are showing up as nice and pages. You the empress. No matter if you're a man or woman, you're still in that. You've gone through a lot to sit on your throne, to be balanced between your masculine and feminine energy, your divine feminine and divine masculine energy. You're balanced, even if this is just you being balanced within yourself. You need your equal. You've done too much work on yourself to be sitting around pages and nice. Yeah, you've done too much work. Sun here. Yeah, everything is being exposed. Everybody, you're being exposed too. Everybody see you for who you really are. You are the sun that they were coming in to plug up to drain. They see that, and they see that you see that now. Right. You want a new opportunity. A lot of you will get a new opportunity. But just as you get this new opportunity from the Most High, here comes the entity trying to come back and latch on to you, new levels, new devils. So you just have to keep, your discernment sharp. And this could also be someone that's demonic, that wants to put you in bondage. This could even be that spouse that wants, it's almost like they feel like you're married to them or something, and that they own you. This could be someone that wants to put your physical body under their submission in some type of a bondage. This also could be someone who you felt that only came around, they only kind of show more energy when they were being intimate. And also, whoever this King of Cups emperor showing up, they're not going to play about you. This person is going to be hooked on you. They might be borderline obsessed with you. I don't know. I don't really like that. Hopefully they're not too controlling. But with the King of Cups and the Emperor, I see that this person is loving. Now, if it was the Emperor with the King of Swords or the King of Wands, I'd be a little worried. But this is someone who, of course, embodies all of the kings, but they're showing up in this loving King of Cups energy, the one that's nurturing, the one, even if this is a boss, this is someone who's fair, who, is pleasant to be around. And this is going to put you in the energy of equal give and take. This ace with this 5, that's the 6 of Pentacles. So this is a person that will give you equal give and take. You won't feel like someone is juggling you. You won't feel like you're juggling your finances. You won't feel like you're being left out in the cold to fend for yourself. You're going to feel like this person is going to be a protector. You're going to protect them. If you're in this more divine feminine energy, you're going to be protecting them in the spiritual realm, and they're going to protect you physically. You guys are going to be balanced, coming together. yin and yang energy. That's what I feel. No one is going to be this person won't be juggling you. I just heard this person won't even be hiding their finances from you either. So that might be for somebody that is going through maybe some financial abuse in a relationship. Yeah, the will is going to be in your favor. Yeah, because you've done the healing work. You've done the healing work. You're balanced now. Your equilibrium is balanced within yourself. You've done the work you needed to do to bring this in. So this is fated to happen because you went on your divine path. You going on your path, your divine path is putting you in alignment with what's on the path of your destiny anyway. Rachel said, yes, that was my dog. She was co-signing. She said, absolutely. Yeah, you're going to calmer water. All that, you're leaving all that bickering, jealousy, backbiting. You're leaving all that behind. That's behind you. You're being carried. Your ancestors are carrying you to calmer waters because you are in alignment with your destiny. Yeah. And didn't I say this person gonna be a protector? This person is gonna protect you. You're gonna feel like you are in a relationship with your spouse and not someone that's looking to latch on to your nipple for milk. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. And she tripping right now. You guys just want to be free. You're tired of hiding who you really are. You're tired of hiding when you're happy. You just want to be free. You're tired of being worn out. You're tired of not being seen for who you really are. Because you were worn out, yeah. And this, yeah, by now this person want to come up and act like they're your equal, King of Pentacles, but you're looking in a different direction. So this person may try to show up like, they might try to change a little bit because as people see you grow and they see you're changing, they may change their language, how they speak. You're spiritual now, they're going to be talking more spiritual. You talking about healing and growing, they may act like they have your back and they may start talking about healing and growing and how much they love you. But you didn't feel that shit. They didn't show up. They didn't show up in this loving energy. Whoever this is, whoever you're leaving behind, whoever's trying to intercept your manifestations. This could even be people that's, as you're manifesting, they're intercepting it. Or people you have to they always had their hands out. Soon as something coming in for you, they were showing up. You're tired of these people. You're tired of whoever this is. I just felt a lackluster energy throughout this whole reading, even though it wasn't bad. It's just like blah. Like, I can do without this person or this situation. Yeah, but you're going to calmer waters. As long as you stay on this path, a reading is, the energy is right for all of these things, these wonderful things at the end to happen. It's not easy getting away from people that's draining you. But as long as you're staying on your destined path and you keep growing, you're going to automatically be carried away from these people because you're not going to stop. As long as you're not going to stop, then you're going to keep elevating. They're not doing any work to be in alignment with you. So they're going to fall away anyway. Whether you just have to leave silently or they dismiss themselves. But if they come in devil energy, they're never going to dismiss themselves. They're going to be trying to latch on to you. Lizard, regeneration. As a survivor, you are unparalleled. No matter what happens, you can adapt. Embrace your transformation. Put on your new cloak. You are a master of regeneration. Okay? You are very resilient. That's that Nine of Wands energy. That's why you have the energy to keep going. But you're not pouring back into these people, these situations. You may be feeling ambivalent at this moment. You say you want a lover, but you're not all in. Take time to figure out what you want. Maybe you feel like someone was ambivalent about you. And maybe after going through all of this, you may feel a little ambivalent thinking about another partner coming towards you. So whatever your decision you make is up to you. Whether you want a partner or now, the energy is right, for it to be on your destined path, it's on your destined path for you to have a loving counterpart that's a protector. You probably never had that before. So you may, you want it, but since you don't know what it looks like because you never really had it, you might feel like relationship and marriages are just some type of a bondage, golden handcuffs, making you a very lucrative offer for you to stay, but extremely expensive for you to leave. Making you an offer you can't refuse. So somebody might try to come in and make an offer. Maybe these people that's seeing you leave, they may try to come in and put the golden handcuffs on you. You can easily get into that marriage, but when it's time to get out, it's a very expensive lesson. Even if that lesson is you spending a lot of time there. Your time is money. People pay for people's time all the time, But, you guys don't forget to be in this more playful energy because you've been through a lot. You're the phoenix rising from the ashes. So don't, you want to be free in that playful energy. You deserve it, because you're this angel. You were a sweet person and people brought you nothing but sadness. It's almost like, you brought them sunshine and they brought you shit. Burnout. They burnt you out. This could have been a soulmate, somebody that had the potential for something good to happen. And it could also be your parents who were your soulmates. Soulmates don't always have to be a love interest, but whoever this pertains to for you, it was the potential there. you know, for them to pour into you, for them to love you properly. The potential was always there, but they chose not to. They chose to let bitterness, they chose to let other people get in the way. But it was divine timing anyway. You know, you were only going to be there for them for a season. You know, it was divine timing that you get on your path and get where what you needed. You know, and some of you may be having a fear of loss. That was that being in that miser energy, that Five of Pentacles energy. You are afraid of losing someone or of being abandoned. Take a chance, you know. So a lot of you had abandonment issues to heal from. You know, of course, if you never had a parent to really nurture you, yeah, you may have had that to heal from. And that's why you chose the partners that you chose, and they ended up being an extra, you know, burden, an extra child to take care of instead of an equal partner. But anyway, collective, that pretty much was the reading. You're a unicorn, one of a kind, hard to find, irreplaceable. Yeah, so that's why they're going to want to latch onto you. Nature calls. Ground yourself, connect with nature, take a breather. So you guys, yeah, don't forget to breathe deeply. You know, you've been through a lot. You know, you were at burnout. You might feel burnt out right now. You know, these people did burn you out because that unicorn energy is different. You know, you might have been a narcissist's best supply. It could have been even your parents plugged up to you since you were a child. You are burnt out. Call your energy back to you, but call that energy back to you healed. Because I do know when I started calling back my energy, I started gaining a lot of weight. And that's how I know that I was the best supply for a narcissist since I was a child. And then I started, my ancestors telling me, oh, you know what, make sure you call that energy back to you healed, you know, so you don't have all of that extra stuff to deal with, you know, as your energy is being called back. Because a lot of times they're taking your energy in the unhealed state, you know, and so you still, that's why a lot of time you call back your energy, you feel all these emotions and everything, because you know you're getting, you know, you're, all of that was in that energy that you're calling back. All of that was what you were, you know, they were sucking off of you, you know, and that's why they was able to feed off of you the way that they were, because they were feeding from your fears and your wounds that they inflicted onto you. And everybody just was plugged up to you, just sucking you dry, burning you out, you know, because you were that angelic unicorn type energy. And you didn't deserve to be in sadness for as long as you were in sadness, you know. But my heart goes out to whoever is feeling this energy, you know. Yeah, the Most High is with you. And I love y'all, you know. If this resonated with you, give me a thumbs up. If you like the way I read, give me a thumbs up. So subscribe to my channel. If you want to leave a message, you know, my comment section, it should be open. Yeah, and then just enjoy the rest of your weekend. Okay, collective? I'll see you all in the next reading. Okay? Bye-bye.